The Rings of Power still hasn't confirmed the identity of the stranger, but after Season 2's first 3 episodes, I'm even more convinced that he's Gandalf. Unfortunately, the Amazon show hasn't confirmed or denied this popular stranger theory just yet. During The Rings of Power Season 2's 3-episode premiere, Nori tries to give the wizard a name. But he's still without one when Episode 3 comes to a close. The Lord of the Rings show is intentionally keeping the stranger's identity under wraps, perhaps building anticipation for the big reveal. However, looking at the character's portrayal in The Rings of Power Season 2, I'm almost certain that he's Gandalf. Before I go on, I'll give you 5 seconds to hit that subscribe button. Season 1 makes it difficult to reconcile the idea of the stranger being Gandalf. The stranger can hardly speak when he first crash lands on Middle-earth, and he doesn't know much. From how to interact with others to how to use his own powers. The Gandalf we see in The Lord of the Rings is charming, and has a good grip on his abilities. He's a far cry from Wayman's awkward, often out-of-control wizard. That said, The Rings of Power Season 2 takes a big step forward when it comes to the stranger's characterization. After seeing how the new episodes depict him, I'm more convinced that the series is building to a Gandalf reveal. He banters with them and goes out of his way to ensure they're safe. Things Gandalf does for Frodo and his friends in Lord of the Rings. This makes the stranger feel more like the Grey Wizard. There are numerous signs that the stranger is Gandalf throughout Rings of Power Season 1. The stranger bears striking similarities to Frodo's mentor. His physical appearance mirrors that of Gandalf the Grey, and he also develops an easy friendship with the Harfoots, much like Gandalf does with the hobbits in The Lord of the Rings. The stranger's magic also resembles that of Gandalf, as we see him whispering to fireflies in Season 1. This moment feels like a nod to Gandalf, whispering to the moths in the Fellowship of the Ring. The stranger also turns particles into moths in the Rings of Power episode Alloyed. The character's final line in Rings of Power is also a reference to Gandalf's advice to Merry in the first Lord of the Rings movie. He tells Nori to always follow your nose.
Always follow your nose.
Just as he tells the other hobbit, years and years later.
Always follow your nose.
Rings of Power hints at the stranger being Gandalf numerous times during its first season, but I have to wonder if the series is trying to trick us by being so direct. With the show going to great lengths to keep his identity a secret, it seems odd that it would tease the stranger's connection to Gandalf so heavily. This takes away from the impact of the surprise, which is the only reason to keep the stranger nameless in Season 2. The Lord of the Rings series doesn't go out of its way to capitalize on shock value, so it might be building to its Gandalf revelation more intentionally. It's hard to imagine who else the stranger might be, though there are other Istari to choose from. I'm hoping Season 2 confirms the stranger's identity soon, as there's little reason to drag out the suspense. Tell me your thoughts on this theory, comment down below. Don't forget to check out my previous videos.